which along the way will bring to you new color, new dimension.
Are you suffering from target jitter? Having trouble controlling your reticle? Worried about low KDR? Then ask the internet about Reticle Advanced Targeting Systems. It's a non-adhesive film that clings to your television and won't damage it. It helps improve target jitter, eye muscle memory, and KDR. It's available for sale now at geekstreetsociety.com. Just click on the store link. It comes in 3 sizes: sniper, ambush, and firefight for any size TV. Side effects may include awesomeness, kill streaks, and the adulation of your peers. Reticle. Stop taping shit to your screen.
Hold it.
Gaming is a sport.
Hold it.
Training is a must.
Hold it.
Reticle is the tool.
Release! Release!
I'm releasing.
In a world of internet radio, there is one station that stands out above the rest.
May the force be with you.
Yes, yes, yes. KGSS. You are listening to GeekStreetSociety.com.
I want more clothes to put on. I need more clothes.
Let's go to Goodwill. I need to cover my shame.
I'm the gnome.
This is MouthWash. I'm Fasa.
I'm Aggro.
And I'm the gnome.
Legendary.
Here on the MouthWash. MouthWash.
Mouthwash.
But you didn't hold it.
All up in that
All
vortex.
up
in y'all's brain.
Is there such thing as psychological assault? Because that just happened.
There is such a thing. Here on the MouthWash.
And we're back. Eugene and I were having a tender moment through the glass.
My microphone turned sideways again.
See, the mics have a weird...
The mics should have this weird tendency to do this. We're like, yeah, I don't know why they do that.
It's because there's ghosts.
Yeah.
Call of Duty Ghost. Oh, nothing. Okay. Ow.
You deserve that.
Oh,
Okay.
That reminds me. I actually found there was this really creepy Tumblr post the other day that I want to look up and then share later.
But 1 second.
Yeah.
We have to talk about this.
Because it just reminded me about
Magic
it.
Dude 350 says he's excited for Titanfall, Blaze Blue, Chrono Phantasm, and the Alien Survival Horror
I'm
game,
actually
which
pretty
was
sure
recently
that's
announced.
Pretty sure that's BlazBlue Chrono Phantasma. That's the
that's the
subtitle.
game. Okay.
Yeah. Because BlazBlue has
true.
weird ass sub names. Because
Oboros
that's how it
2
works.
says Destiny, Treyarch's new Call of Duty, because you know they're making one. Watch Dogs, The Division, Ubisoft's The Crew, Infamous Second Son. That game does look really cool. Infamous Second Son looks freaking sweet. Yeah, I think that's everything. Because Gnome doesn't count.
BlazBlue. I always called it Blaze Blue, but I guess it doesn't have an E, so it is BlazBlue.
It's BlazBlue. It's actually pronounced BlazBlue.
It was always a fighting game that I thought looked really cool and wanted to get into, but I have never owned it.
Yeah, it's aesthetic. Wait, so just real quick, because I'm up
It's
on
just one of those really cool looking anime fighting games.
Just real quick, because I do actually have knowledge in this area. I'm a huge Guilty Gear fan.
Yeah.
And
yes.
they announced that they were going to end Guilty Gear. That Guilty Gear was like done, and then the team decided to make BlazBlue, which is a game with very similar.
Aren't they putting out Guilty Gear Xrd soon or whatever?
Yes, and I'm so unbelievably saddened by this because it is a PS4 exclusive. I'm gonna have to find an excuse to buy Eugen that game and make him bring his PS4 so that I can play
And
it.
he just yeah.
He's like, yeah!
No, you just need to get a PS4 because then you can get BlazBlue and.
He's not buying a PS4. What's wrong with you?
I'll buy a PS4 eventually. I like the PS4. I just got the Xbox One first because it's what had games that I wanted to play. And we have gotten the value out of it just in Killer Instinct.
That's essentially how I feel right now too. They're really
and Ghost
personally. I'm not against the PlayStation 4. There just really aren't very many games out for it
Boros
that
2
I'm
says The Last of Us
excited for.
DLC.
Anyone?
Yeah.
You know?
Anyone?
I actually have yet to play that game.
Me too. I need to play that.
Oh, by the way, I'm the gnome.
I don't keep up with new
I'm
games.
Fasa.
This is Aggro.
Yeah, we have names and stuff.
Yeah.
You should know who we are by now. But if you don't,
Now he knows about our gamer tags.
I want to play The Last of Us. Most of my time is spent here or in class or working on games.
Or
I'm
in his
either
girlfriend.
making games, yeah. So I don't have time to play them most of the time.
which is sad. And unfortunately, I would play Last of Us because I would play Heavy Rain and Last of Us because I do like them. I've just never owned a PS3. Like I haven't owned a PlayStation since the 2. It's a good system.
I hear they're amazing. I hear The
just
Last of Us
don't
is one
own
of the
one.
coolest things ever.
Like it just is what it is. As much as I'm not a huge fan of, QuickTime events, I still want to play those games. Yeah.
Killer Golf the Dead.
Yeah. Anyway,
Or the Rising Box.
So
that's the
before
best console.
before the break, before we completely forget about it, before the break, you mentioned that you have a Spider-Man rant that you need to go on.
Okay, so
Yeah, I'd forgotten
Hey,
about
wait,
that.
man, can you adjust the levels on this? And I'm going to end up screaming a lot. I'm warning you because I'm furious about this.
I'm going to go eat some of my sandwich that I have sitting over here while he rants. It's going to be delicious.
No.
We can just sit here and be like,
All right. So, can you hear me? We good? Okay. So last night I was reading stuff on my comic booky newsy places I like to get my news, and they announced that Peter Parker will be returning in March, and that makes me furious because Superior Spider-Man is fantastic. Now, remember yesterday you said that America needs to learn how to let people die.
yeah.
This
yeah,
is one
I
of those
did.
occasions.
I very clearly did state
The
that.
Superior Spider-Man has been out for a year. A year. And more importantly, it has been a great comic book series. It's been interesting. It's been captivating. It's pretty much saved Spider-Man because Spider-Man's been dead, essentially, since Spider Island because no one read it. So, they actually do something new. Someone came into the building and said, I have an idea. Let's try something different. Let's try to make this a fresh. Let's try to do something cool. Let's try to make a cool comic book that's not the same crap. They said, okay, what do you got to do? Let's put Doc Ock in Peter Parker's brain. Let's do it. Everyone's...
I remember when that happened. It was super controversial, too, and
yeah.
now everybody loves it.
Yeah. But except for the Peter Parker fanboys. So they just been bitching so loud that the guy who just got the comic book decided, oh, we'll bring him back in March.
Oh, hold on.
It's
So
the
what
return
happened?
of Peter Parker.
So what happened to the Superior Spider-Man is what happened to World of Warcraft?
Oh, wow. That
Shots fired.
was cold. I mean, you're right, but that was
Where
cold.
terrible people complained so loudly that they had to ruin the game.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
That's not what happened to World of
Shots
Warcraft.
fired.
That's essentially what happened to World
What happened to
of
World of Warcraft is Blizzard are awful and don't know what they're doing.
want to play Alliance, but I also want to play a shaman. Let's destroy the lore of the game.
Actually, that's not how that works.
Anyway, back to Spider-Man. That's
I
a
want to
great
be on
example.
Horde, but I want to play a paladin.
That's a great
Let's
example and
destroy the lore
everything,
of the
but here's the
game.
problem. Here's the problem. Peter Parker died. Doc Ock killed him. There's an issue of it where he erases all the memories of Peter Parker. It was sad. I almost cried. It was beautiful. It was well drawn. It was dramatic. I've never seen Peter Parker grab his face and then rip his face off to have the Amazing Spider-Man. He's like, no, I'm not Peter Parker. I'm the Amazing Spider-Man. I was like, oh, shit. And I almost cried when he just felt all of his memories get deleted. He forgot who Uncle Ben was. He forgot who Aunt May was. He forgot about all the events. He forgot everything and then finally was consumed by darkness and Doc Ock won.
May 2021, I'll get to that in a second. We're going to let him have his rant.
We are listening out there in the Spreaker chat. Or the Twitch chat.
Yeah.
And I'm bothered by this. It was a year. And you guys can't even read it to accept it for what it is. I'm not saying that you have to like Doc Ock. That's fine. I don't like Doc Ock either. I don't like the fact he's in Spider-Man. But I like the comic book.
Here's the thing. Here's what I'll say about this.
I love comics with characters I hate.
There are ways that they can do this right. If they make a new Peter Parker, like if they make a new Peter Parker body with Peter Parker back in it, back alive, and they leave Doc Ock in his current Peter Parker body, and there are just two Spider-Man, Superior and Amazing, running around.
Okay.
Because then we can have a Spider-Man versus Spider-Man fight.
And that could be really, really interesting. Where you've got gadget-based,
Superior.
ruthless
Yeah.
Superior versus your traditional goody two shoes Peter
And
Parker.
that's fine. And again,
And then Spider
they
Hero.
did just announce that.
No.
The splendiferous Spider Hero.
It's so
they did just announce it. I don't know what they're going to do. I'm just upset because why do you have to cry so loudly? Stop crying so loudly. It's okay. They would come back eventually. This is too soon to me. Let him let him destroy Peter Parker's life. Let Peter Parker come back and his life is completely to shit and he has to fix it. That's a cool arc. Not, oh, Mary Jane's sad again. Aunt May's mad at me again. The Avengers kicked me out again. I killed someone. That's new. Well, okay.
I still
He
maintain
has to come back and get all of his, restore his name again. That would be a cool arc. But no. They can't actually build time over that.
I still maintain, by the way, that the only way to bring him back
Because Mephisto
is to have
you're not
Mephisto
Peter
go, you made a deal, and part of my payment for this deal was you have to suffer. You can't be dead. Come back.
Yeah,
like
that may be a thing.
Having your memories deleted by Dr. Ock isn't suffering.
No, because you don't suffer anymore.
Then it's nothing.
Okay.
You suffered, and then it ended.
And then it ended, yeah.
Okay.
Whereas Mephisto's like, wait. I erased the memory of your marriage from everyone but you to make you a little bitch. I need you back, you little bitch.
Make you a little bitch, you little bitch.
You don't get to be married.
So I'm sorry. I know we were having a really cool video game discussion, but I read that last night, and I saw that last night, and it made me upset because literally yesterday we just talked about that. It was. I love Spider-Man. He's my favorite superhero, and he wasn't even really dead. It'd be different if he was dead, like gone. I could see why that's sad. I would kind of want him back too. However,
Like if Bane just rolled up Bruce's house, tore off his arms, and beat him to death with his arms, and Batman was just dead for a year.
yeah, I see.
That would be different.
That's different.
Even so, I would maintain that Batman should stay dead,
Yeah.
but it would still be different.
Yeah, but it wasn't even like he was gone. He still had a body. He was still Peter, quote unquote Peter Parker.
Peter.
You're really upset that he's not talking and acting like Peter. That's what you're upset with. But everyone was bitching about how no one likes how Peter Parker talks or acts.
He's my hero.
That you didn't read anymore because
I
you
want
didn't
to
like
play
him.
a shaman, but I want to be a dwarf.
Okay. Hold on. That is not how that worked. What happened is when they were going to Burning Crusade,
just nodding.
they were trying to more balance PvP because people were complaining about PvP.
Then
It's not
balance
how
the
I
actual
play.
clases.
That's impossible
Instead
when
of
you have different
homogenizing the
classes.
game. Don't homogenize the game.
This is not about World of Warcraft, by the way.
I liked World of Warcraft, and then it went to complete shit.
I mean, I agree with that.
I loved Warcraft 3, and I liked World of Warcraft, and then
I
it became
agree
complete
that the
shit.
game went to complete crap, but it's not because
It's
they.
because of bitchy fanboys.
It's not. It's because
It is
Blizzard doesn't know what they're
completely
doing.
because of bitchy
no, it's because
fanboys.
Blizzard is stupid.
Again,
it's
this
not
is-
because
this
Blizzard
isn't-
is incompetent now.
God.
That
This
is
is not-
completely true. It is also the fault of bitchy
All of that
fanboys.
aside, that's not what we're talking about.
We're going to bring it back. Pull it back a little bit.
I wish I had the most passion about the actual topic I was talking about.
Yeah.
But either way, so that bugs me. It's not a good idea. I'm very, very well. I'm just against it. They shouldn't bring him back so soon.
I agree.
Because he's going to come back. The Avengers are going to be mad at him. He's going to explain. They're going to believe him. And we're back to normal. And normal was the problem. That's why you didn't read
And in
Spider-Man.
addition, how much, if you're going to bring Peter back, which is inevitable, how
Yeah,
much,
no, it's totally inevitable. but
how
give us
much
time.
more impact would it have if you had him be dead for 5 years or
Yeah.
10 years as opposed to being dead for a year? That just makes all of the change and the potential impact it could have lost. Like, think about your potential damage meter in Killer Instinct. You didn't get the finisher. You didn't end your combo.
Yeah.
You're just
to
like-
put it
Right,
to put
right.
it in.
It
Killer
didn't
Instinct
really
terms.
do any damage. You know.
Yeah. And it's for example, Jean Grey still dead. She pops up in one shots and crossovers and all that, but in the main continuity, Jean Grey has been dead for a long time.
Right.
Fact check on that. The board agrees. Jean Grey's dead. The one of the Flash that
Wildebeest is still dead.
He got his head punched up by
the
Superboy
Flash
Prime.
that
That's
ran
awesome.
into space and just like became one with the Speed Force. Which one was that?
Yeah.
Was that Wally? Because I'm
I
pretty
think
sure
you
he
get Wally
came
West
back.
in Infinity Crisis.
But I'm pretty sure he came
still
back.
dead.
No, I'm pretty sure he came back.
No, he came back in the New 52 recently.
Right.
New
Well,
52
that
is like
doesn't-
the
Been
new
gone,
universe,
but he's
too.
been gone for like 10 years. My point is, he's been gone for 10 years.
He wasn't gone for like 10 years. He was gone from like
Infinity Crisis.
Infinity
to the
Crisis
New
was like
52.
3 years.
To the New 52.
Zod has been
That's
gone
not
for a
3
long
years.
time too. Wasn't
The from the continuity punch to the New 52.
No, when
Superboy Infinity Crisis, not Infinite Crisis, not Crisis on Infinite Earths.
No, Infinite
Earths,
Crisis.
Earths, Infinite Earths.
No, Infinite
DC
Crisis.
likes the word infinity too much.
Apparently.
Because it
I
gives
don't
them
know.
license
Infinite
to do whatever
Crisis,
they
the one
want.
where he runs into the Time Force and
I'm
dies.
pretty sure that Wally West. I'm pretty sure that was Wally. I know Wally West retreated into the Speed Force at one point, but so did Barry Allen. Like
think it
all
was
the
Barry
Flashes
Allen.
at some point have gone and lived in the Speed Force and come back. That's a
Barry
thing.
Allen, but there's one that just came back recently in the New 52 that died a long time ago. I'm not sure which one. I'm sorry, but there's a
They
lot
just
of,
come back and they're like, "Wow, I was fast for a really long time.
kind of.
I was
But
so
I
fast.
technically dead.
I
The
was
point
so
is-
speed." Much wow.
Much wow.
Such flash.
Dope.
Much velocity. So Speed Force.
Such acceleration.
And that's fair. Like, this is something that we've talked about
I'm
before.
saying if you're going to bring him back, and I'm okay with you bringing him back eventually, because at least you had an out. My body's still alive, and you could just push him out and bring him back from the dead. Okay, he's not actually back from the dead. He just got his brain back. Whatever. I'm saying give it some time.
Yeah, no, and that's fair. That's definitely fair. I do want to move on real quick because this is my
to answer what is what is this thing?
Wicked Tiki.
Wicked Tiki.
The new 52 is
DC.
DC.
Yeah,
Is DC.
Ultimates is Marvel.
Yeah, Ultimates is sort of Marvel's new continuity, but I do
Oh,
wanna,
and they're ending that too.
yeah, that makes me sad. But that
Marvel sucks at stuff.
no, like eventually it had to happen. But I do miss the early
They're
days
giving
of
us
the
the
Ultimates.
splendiferous Spider-Man. They suck at things.
And by the way, the reason that 52 is DC because it's technically on Earth 52. I think that's the reason.
No, it's because there's 52 comics.
Oh, really?
Issues,
Okay.
yeah.
I thought
it's-
that they did that like Infinite Earths thing, and it, like
No,
that was
the main
reason.
continuity. The main continuity is Earth 1.
Oh, okay, never mind.
It was-
I got wrong.
It was also so that they released 52 titles so that they could release one title every week.
Okay.
Yeah.
So they just schooled me. That's cool.
Yeah,
Well,
it's also
because the old 52 was
No, that's
the 52
fine.
original.
I remembered.
It was,
now
it was
I
also
remember it was Earth 1.
It's
Yeah.
no, Earth 1 is something different. This is like Earth 213 or something. Like, I don't remember what
This one?
Like
Main
real
continuity?
Earth, real Earth. The Earth that they're on is like Earth 213 or
DC
something.
multiverse shenanigans.
DC. But the other reason for calling it the New 52 was a callback to a big comic event that they did, which was 52, which was when the big three Superman, Wonder Woman, and Batman left for a year, and like were doing other stuff and weren't on Earth, and so there's a whole bunch of lesser superheroes. It's a great series, by the way, if you haven't read it.
Isn't it cool that when you change stuff, you get good new quality content?
But I do want to real quick because this is my last segment. I have to go.
go
I have to go to work after this. I do want to very quickly address at least my part of what Fate 2021 asked about new PC games that were
Yeah,
looking
I'm sorry.
forward
I'm
to.
sorry
And-
to take up that
No,
segment.
no. You're perfectly fine. The only reason, like I say, is because I'm leaving. The only reason I'm cutting it a little bit short. So Fate 2021 asked what PC games, because we've been talking a lot about console.
I'll
games
hit it up
today.
next segment as well. I'm going to let Gnome take it from here.
For me, the ones like looking through what's coming out, because that's what I've been doing while he was talking about the Spider-Mans. I was looking through PC titles that are coming out, and a lot of them are console titles that are coming out, which is just sort of a new thing that they're coming out at the same time as consoles are coming out on PC. Simultaneous release, which is actually kind of cool. But there's a couple of things that I noticed that I had forgotten were coming out that we talked about before, but that make me very, very happy. Of course, Infinite Crisis. Speaking of DC and loving the word infinite,
And League
To
of
that
Legends.
Infinite Crisis looks great. It looks like a lot of fun. It's a new MOBA. It's the DC MOBA. From the beta that I've played, it was really good. If it gets balanced right, it could be an actual League of Legends competitor as opposed to different like Dota 2 is.
It's got some pretty crazy stuff too in it, like chainsaw wielding punk Wonder Woman.
Oh yeah,
It's
no,
ridiculous.
it's
Because YOLO.
just chainsaw polearm, hate your face, Wonder Woman, go. Like
That's the best comic
Like,
series I've
that's-
ever heard in my life.
that's
Hate
pretty
your
much.
face Wonder Woman.
I'm also
Go.
looking forward to looking through it. I'm not a big World of Tanks guy, but they are coming out with World of Battleships. They're coming out with World of Battleships next year
Okay.
or this year. It's this year.
See people.
Which could be interesting. Like World of Tanks is sort of like a fairly realistic tank shooter. Like it takes forever to reload, and you're just kind of dodging around, trying not to die while you're trying to get your cannon reloaded. And I think World of Battleships could be very interesting. It's something I may have to check out.
Are there going to be aliens?
I don't. I'm gonna assume
They're
not.
also going to be Liam
because
Neeson. Is there a Liam Neeson mode?
Is Rihanna going to make an appearance? Please say God no.
I'm not. I'm just gonna move on. I'm not
Shine
gonna.
bright like a diamond.
But the stuff that I had forgotten about that's coming out is actually Telltale has a couple of things going for them that make me really desperately want to play some of their games. That being, this year we're actually gonna get, what is it called? The Wolf Among Us.
Oh, yeah.
Which
that's
is
coming out.
which is the Fables Telltale game, because Fables is an amazing comic book. And again, speaking of comic books, if you haven't read Fables, pick up the first graphic novel. It's totally worth it. You'll be going back searching for the others. It's a heck of a lot of fun. So the Wolf Among Us looks really cool, and then of course Tales from the Borderlands, which is the Telltale
involve
take on the Borderlands mythos. Looks
I haven't even
cool.
heard of that, and that sounds awesome.
Yeah, we talked about it one day. I don't know if you were here or
I don't
not.
think
It
I
was in the
was.
news one day,
Yeah.
and I'm really excited because Borderlands
That's cool.
has
Cool.
Has very cool mythology. We'll
Yeah.
talk about it a little bit more depth tomorrow. I'll give some more of my PC picks. I'll take some time to really look through the titles that are coming out.
He's signing out for now, so we're going on a break. When we come back, you'll have me and Aggro talking about some PC stuff and just continuing this awesome show that we're having today.
Yeah, it's been a great show. Thanks for joining us in the Twitch chat. Remember, anybody who isn't participating in the Twitch chat, you can see what we're talking about. You can join in. Twitch.tv, #GSS, MouthWash. They're going to be missing me because I talk a lot, so give them a call. Fill in the blanks at 1-855-303-GEEK. That's 1-855-303-4335. Seriously, give them a call. There was promise of posters if you're real awesome.
Hugs.
Hugs. If you come down to the studio, we'll hug you sensually. Sensually. Fasa will give you the best mouth hug he can. That's old mouthwash canon. That's
Now gargle.
That's
No. Someone may just actually show up. Anyway.
They'll be right back. This is the Gnome
I'm
signing
Fasa.
off.
This is Aggro.
I have to go to work, but I'll see you all tomorrow. Yes.
KGSS.
Check. 1 2 1 2. That sound good? Alright, cool. Yo. I step on the scene looking like a saltine, fresher than a Krispy Kreme, brighter than your high beam. Just me and my team with our mugs on me. Nah, don't mind me, I'm just living my dream. I'm right where I wanna be, on the path that I gotta be. Naysayers don't bother me, they're just jealous of a prodigy. Bada bing, bada boom, welcome to the zoo. I'll run through your whole crew cause we do music how you're supposed to. Frosty on the mic, DJ Devil on the text. It's like we're drunk driving, you know we're gonna wreck. We come from the land where railroads intersect, and people know life ain't all about a check. I'm looking for love like everyone else does. That's why I'm at the bar, maxing out my credit card, spitting rhymes, doing lines off the dash of my car.
Don't even know who we are, but we still act like stars.
If you're up in the spot, looking extra fly, and a pretty little thing catches your eye, mini skirt with the heels, looking mighty fine, you say ooh wee. If you rolling in the whip, low pro, want some dubs in the trunk, banging cause the bass low with the subs, rev your engine high, let it do what it does, you say ooh wee. Now this one here is for my fellow gearheads. I know you're out there, I see you cruising every weekend, wasting down College Ave, yelling at the girls like they're gonna holler back.
Right now, you're hungry. I can see it all over your face. There's only one place to go fix the legendary hunger you're feeling, and it's Legends of Aurora Sports Grill. The smell of crunchy calzones, hand-tossed crispy pizza, buttery garlic bread paired with signature spaghetti sauce and meatballs, and it's all better than Nana used to make. With everyday specials, Legends of Aurora Sports Grill can cure that legendary hunger. Conveniently located on East Islet, just off of 225 in Aurora. Come down for ladies' night every Thursday or karaoke on Saturday night. Legend of Aurora Sports Grill. Legendary.
I find your lack of faith disturbing.
Inform Lord Vader we have a prisoner.
Since you are reluctant to provide us with the location of the rebel base, I have chosen to test this station's destructive power on your home planet of
Geek Street Society Radio.
Where is the rebel base?
I can hold it. Pull on! No, I'm all right.
Continue with the operation. You may fire when ready.
What?
You're far too trusty.
GeekStreetSociety.com.
Yarn!
I think we all need hats like that.
But anyway, this is the mouthwash. Release the Kraken!
Release it! I'm a T-Rex.
I'm Fasa.
This be Aggro. And I do be the T-Rex of the sea.
This is the mouthwash. Now with more Kraken. Yarn!
Avast! It's time for the mouthwash.
That was fast.
Hey guys,
I was trying to show him some stuff about WildStar because Fasa doesn't know much about it, but I'll be talking about it because that's the PC game that I'm super excited for this year.
Because you're not a gamer.
I don't like shooting games that much.
That's a problem. Yeah, it's a problem. But anyway, I'm Fasa.
This is Aggro.
And we're back with Doc Mouthwash.
Mm-hmm.
So, all right, so tell me about this WildStar game.
Okay, so you guys are excited for, Destiny and your sort of RPGs and whatever. Not disqualifying it. You guys have some good points and reasons to be excited for it. I'm just not that much of a sort of traditional shooter fan. You know, I play Halo with you. I like Halo, but I just can't get into Call of Duty. I'm not a huge fan of Battlefield or any of those kind of games. And I don't know. So the PC game that I'm really excited for this year, which I'm happy to see that Faye 2021 is excited for too, is WildStar, which is something that Eugen is also excited for, which I'm excited about that other people know about this game. But it's a MMO that's coming out, and it's sort of a sci-fi sort of MMO. It takes place on a world that's name I can't remember right now because I'm under pressure. Anyway.
Under pressure.
Yeah. So it's coming out. It looks really cool. I think the reasons that I like it is because it's trying to take all the fun parts about MMOs, you know, gears or getting your gear and questing and building the character that you want and having that sort of social interaction and going on raids and all that fun stuff about MMOs.
Right.
While trying to get rid of some of the tedious and not as cool parts of MMOs.
Faye 2021 and it agrees with you. He is also not A.
So, virtual 5 to you. So another really cool thing about WildStar is that they try to make the combat a lot more interesting. If you've ever played WoW or DC or any of the sort of typical MMOs, EverQuest or anything, a lot of the time it turns into select target and mash buttons or right click and then just stand there. It's not very dynamic combat, which can make it kind of boring. That was one of the reasons I got tired of WoW. Was that I didn't think it was very much fun as opposed to a more dynamic RPG like Skyrim or, some of the Baldur's Gate games back in the day. I grew up playing, Dungeons and Dragons and all those cool Baldur's Gate games, so I got really used to having really fun RPGs that have dynamic combat. And then you go into World of Warcraft and you just kind of right-click on something and then just stand there and hit buttons in an order, and it's just boring,
Okay.
So WildStar is trying to break that by having all of their crowd control and all of their abilities be skill shots. So that means that you actually have to aim all of your abilities. You don't just sit there and mash stuff. So whether you're healing or doing DPS or you're tanking, all of your abilities are skill shots.
Okay.
So they have, and you get to move and dodge, and it's actually based on where you are. It's not just targeted combat like most things are. And so I got to play around with it a little bit while I was at PAX. They had PCs with the game running, and I got to play some of the classes a little bit and talk to the developers, and it was really refreshing. While I was there, there's still the sort of standard questing route, like go gather X of this, kill this many of that creature. But another really cool thing that I think WildStar is doing is that they're giving you access to different sort of playstyles in the game. So in addition to picking your class and your race when you start the game, you pick a path. And the path sort of determines how the game gives you quests. So if you pick a sort of soldier path, more of your quest lines are going to involve going out and fighting big monsters and joining in wars and stuff and that sort of quests. Right. As opposed to if you pick the settler kind of path or the scientist path is going to let you do more quests that are based on, studying the lore of the game.
I like that.
And, saying, I want to see what these plants do. These are really cool looking plants that are modeled. I want to know what the actual science behind these plants are. Yeah. There's all that lore in the game, and the scientist path is going to get exclusive access to that content.
That's cool.
And have their quests be based around learning about that sort of stuff. As opposed to if you play an explorer, you're going to get rewarded and experience for just exploring the world and game and finding secret areas and, going and like climbing to the top of the mountain or going in the top of this tree or something. You're going to get experience for doing that. An extra path experience for doing that, and you'll get more quests like that. And there's a settler thing, which is what I'm interested in, where a lot of your stuff is focused on building this area. So everybody has access to making their own plot of land, where you can build your own little sort of custom house.
Wicked Tiki asked Aggro, give me a beta.
It is still in beta, so I'm gonna try to get some beta keys because I know one of the texture artists. And I got to talk to him at PAX for a really long time. He's a really cool guy, and I got to talk to him for a while. It is still in beta.
Always hooking you geeks up. Stick around.
This is why I go to PAX, so I get to meet people. Anyway, so I went there and talked to them. I'm interested in the settler path, and I was really excited when they released new classes as well. They put out the medic class, which I'm really excited about, which is cool because the medic in this game is a hybrid healer DPS. So you get to do damage as a healer. You're sort of underneath your sort of typical assassin type damage, but higher than the tank. So you're sort of medium DPS, and you also heal, and everything's skill shot. So it's a really mobile kind of medium range character, which sounds really fun to me.
Yeah.
And on top of that, I can go the settler path, and instead of going and just killing X amount of creatures, which I get bored with, I don't like that about WoW. I hate that quest where it's, go gather 10 boar livers for me. I'd much rather be the guy who makes a really cool base that all of my party and friends get to have fun coming over to and get, buffs, or build cool vehicles or cool stuff. It's stupid how much time in Skyrim I spend just smithing, enchanting, and making my house.
Yup.
I spend more time smithing and enchanting, and I enjoy that in Skyrim than just standing there being overpowered and killing stuff. I like exploring. I like making stuff and crafting things.
I like being a sociopathic murderer.
Yeah, so if Fasa and I were to play WildStar together, we could each have our own different sort of play style, and we would benefit from being a diverse party too, because I could give you exclusive sort of gear and travel vehicles, and you could help me out with tougher bosses to get more, rare drops to make our sort of party house bigger and stuff.
Yeah.
It'd be really cool. There's a lot of things I'm really excited about for WildStar, and I encourage you guys to go check it out. In addition to just having really cool animation and fantastic little videos out for the game. So they have a YouTube channel. Just go check it out. It's WildStar Online. You can also check out their website if you're curious about more of the individual classes and stuff. But that's pretty much the only real PC game I'm really excited about for this year. I don't know. Like I said, as much as I like games and love playing games, I spend much more time researching and developing them and doing art than actually playing them. So a lot of the time I'm a little bit behind on news and updated games. But I'm really devoted to the ones I have and play.
Yeah.
So,
so again, thank you guys for joining us. I just want to say, if you want to give us a call, it's 1-855-303-GEEK, 1-855-303-4335. Give us a call. Talk about WildStar, games you want to play, games that look interesting, games that are awesome.
I have an interesting topic too, which is
hit us up on the Twitter, Facebook. There's also the Spreaker chat. Leave a comment, a like, all that good stuff.
How many more segments do we have, Wingman? This one and one more. So I think in this segment and this next one we can talk about this. And this actually spawns off of WildStar, but it's not about WildStar.
Okay.
So WildStar is trying something different where they're giving you a alternative pay method. So I want to talk a little bit about how games are paid for in subscriptions and stuff, and I want to use this as a method
something that
to talk
affects
about it.
All gamers.
Yeah,
So
and we're going to talk about how games are paid for. So WildStar is doing something where you can either pay the subscription,
right?
So you can just pay, $15-20 a month. I don't really remember how much exactly it is,
But pay actual money.
Yeah, which is pretty standard for a MMO.
Right.
Just RPG subscription based. You don't have to pay for the game itself, but you pay the subscription fee. So that's one way of paying it. The other way of playing the game is if you play the game a lot, you can build an alternative currency. So there's essentially the regular gold, and then there's another form of currency that you build and gain and sort of get from playing the game a lot.
Okay.
And then you can trade that with other players for game time.
Okay.
So the way they're thinking about it is people who are really dedicated to the game, but might
not have money.
but might not have very much money, but still really play the game and are really invested in it and play the game a lot, can benefit from that and trade it. Give that or get that in order for different items and game time.
Yeah.
And then people who might not play the game quite as often. You have a full-time job or other stuff. You can pay the normal stuff and reward other people who play the game by buying stuff from them. So they get this kind of dual pay pool that allow people who really are passionate about the game but might not have the funds to pay for it all the time.
Yeah, I've been
And
there.
people who can easily pay it but might not spend as much time, or both, or just want to support the community, can help those other players out.
Yeah, that's
which
cool.
I think is really cool. And it brings up the question for me of what are some of the things going on with the gaming industry right now with paying for games and how games are produced and bought that you think we should talk about.
Yeah. So, in the guys in the Twitch TV chat, leave some comments, talk about that. We're going to a break right now. Oh, I'm sorry. What time? How much time?
We still got time. Just go. He'll let us know.
Oh, sorry. I thought, how much time do we got? How many time do we got?
Just talk. Just go.
But one time I asked. Really? I'll stab you in the beanie.
Anyway.
So, you know what? I think that's to me that seems like a really cool way to include everyone, and I give major props to whoever came up with that idea because it really shows that they care about people that want to play the game.
It's one of the many reasons. One of the many reasons I'm excited for WildStar.
Yeah, that's really cool. That's a cool idea. I hope that latches on of some kind. Because I know, obviously, guys, you got to remember that these guys are trying to get a paycheck. Like, they're trying to make their money. I get that.
Make back the money they're spending and investing in creating the game.
Yeah,
for you to enjoy,
it takes money to make. Spend money to make money. It took them money to make this game so they can go make money. I understand that. I respect that. However, that's not what the issue is. Most time, people have an issue when you charge them for unnecessary shit. Like microtransactions and pay to play, where I don't need to do that. That's where it gets annoying. And it's funny because me and Gnome were talking about that the other day, actually. For example, people were mad at, like, let's say Dead Space 3, where the game, you don't have to buy anything to beat the game, but you can spend a lot of money out front and get a lot of cool shit. Me, I didn't buy anything. I still beat that game. I beat the hell out of that game. I whooped that game's ass, essentially. Beat it 4 or 5 times, had a lot of cool weapons, had a lot of cool this, that, and the other. I didn't spend a penny besides what I bought the game. When I first played it, though, online, there was a dude who had every weapon in the game because he spent $500. I'm like, well, you know what? You do that.
I don't really. Yeah, I don't.
You're not allowed to trade that game in ever, though. But go ahead.
That game doesn't. That doesn't make the game worse for everybody else, in my opinion. That just makes that guy spend $500 on the game, which to me makes his game experience.
But however,
poorer.
yesterday in the news, Skylander Swap Force, they just released yesterday 2 characters that you need to buy to beat the game 100%.
Okay.
That's when it's a problem.
And like, in order to actually complete the storyline, or to get like an extra little achievement or secret level,
I'm not sure yet. But either way, it's still
because that's a big difference. That's a big difference. That's like being like, you got to spend 10 more bucks if you want to kill Alduin, as opposed to saying if you want to have Dawn Guard. You know,
yeah, that's different. So here's the thing. Now, if Skylander does this, if you want 100% complete the game, okay. You don't have to in order to have a fun time, you don't need those. But to beat the storyline or to beat the game, you need those 2 characters. They should have came with the game. That's how it goes.
Yeah.
And on that note, we're going to a break. So stay tuned. We're going to keep talking about this. And again, if you have anything you want to say in the speaker chat, because we'll be talking to you during the break. We'll keep talking about microtransactions and pay to play and where do you want to put your money when it comes to gaming.
Yeah.
So when we come back, that's what we're going to be talking about. And remember, keep talking to us in the speaker
chat.
Free
to play, freemium.
TwitchTV.com chat. Join us, Twitch TV at GSS MouthWash.
Tell your friends.
And everyone you love.
Do it.
Twitch.tv. Oh, my God. It's not even a normal thing. I'm Fasa.
This is Aggro.
Damn it.
The gnome's back with Krampus in the hole.
Yes.
KGSS.
KGSS.
I've been fighting with myself, man. And I know what I did was wrong, man. And ever since, man, just hope you forget me, man. They was together for a year and some change. My best friend, man, I thought that would never change. Everybody that knew us knew that we had the same. I understand what I did could make permanent change. I did some dirty shit, I left permanent stains. I got confessions like Usher to get up off my brain. She told me to come over, I should've never came. I thought that you was there, that's why I really came. So when I got there, I run the doorbell. She answered the door, looking sexy as hell, smelling good. I think it was number 5 Chanel. She was up to something, it was easy to tell. I was out of line, I never should've touched her. My best friend, girl, I mean he really loved her. I know I crossed the line, I never should've touched her. My best friend, girl, I mean he really loved her. I was out of line, I never should've touched her. My best friend, girl, I mean he really loved her. I know I crossed the line, I never should've touched her. My best friend, girl, I mean he really loved her. She asked me what would I do if she took her clothes off. Before I could answer, she started taking her clothes off. I wasn't thinking right, I wasn't seeing clear. I just knew she wore a dress without some underwear. I asked her where you was. She said she didn't care, and then she told me she tired of you never being there. She grabbed my belt buckle, told me make her feel good. Knew I was dead wrong, but it felt good. She told me that I made her feel the way you never could. She said I did things to her that you never would.
Are you suffering from target jitter? Having trouble controlling your reticle? Worried about low KDR? Then ask the internet about Reticle Advanced Targeting Systems. It's a non-adhesive film that clings to your television and won't damage it. It helps improve target jitter, eye muscle memory, and KDR. It's available for sale now at geekstreetsociety.com. Just click on the store link. It comes in 3 sizes: sniper, ambush, and firefight for any size TV. Side effects may include awesomeness, kill streaks, and the adulation of your peers. Reticle. Stop taping shit to your screen.
Hold it.
Gaming is a sport.
Hold it.
Training is a must.
Hold it.
Reticle is the tool.
Release! Release!
I'm releasing.
In a world of internet radio, there is one station that stands out above the rest.
May the force be with you.
Yes, yes, yes. KGSS. You are listening to GeekStreetSociety.com.
Can the Dolphin just be a new Batman villain?
I'll stop you, Batman.
Hey, Green Arrow, you gonna do some Green Arrow stuff? You know what? You think you're better than me? With your hair and your pants.
Smacky the sidekick. I can shoot it right off your head.
And this is the mouthwash.
That's what mouthwash. I would have done it, but, you, Batman, looking at you.
And this is the mouthwash.
Some next level shit. Just one Spreck in the geek.
Mouthwash.
Mouthwash. Mouthwash. Mouthwash. Mouthwash. Mouthwash. Talk like this for the rest of the time. Where's Rachel? Where's Rachel? I am Rachel. Where's Balcony? I need a drugs. Actually, I'm Fasa.
And this is Aggro.
And we're back.
But I'm still the Knight. I am still the Knight.
The White Knight?
Yeah.
So you're Harvey Dent?
Sure. I'm okay with being Two-Face. He's kind of cool.
Give me a knife. Let's scar his face up real quick.
No. So, welcome back. When we were leaving the segment, we were talking about,
yeah, go ahead.
Paying for games. So whether that's just purchasing a flat game and getting the whole content right up there,
which
DLC,
I think is what should happen.
DLC, freemium, or free to play with extra little stuff you can buy.
Yeah.
We're talking about it in the chat, but we're also talking about it here. For you people who are off in listener land that are not in the Twitch chat. Those people on Spreaker or TuneIn. So we're going to.
But just go to the twitch.tv.
But
so
we started off this discussion by talking about something that WildStar is doing, where they're allowing players who are really dedicated to the game and play the game to sort of be rewarded with free game time, and people can sort of other people who just pay to play the game can give those players that reward.
Right.
So essentially, the way I remember it working, and this might be a little bit different, but the way that the auction house works is that people can put up content that they find in the auction house or sell items and other stuff to other players, and they can sell it for either in-game gold, just standard gold, or they can sell it for the alternative currency, which can only be spent on game time. So this essentially means if you're a person that plays the game a lot and, contributes a lot to the game, auction house and content, somebody else who might want to get a little bit of a boost without having to spend all that time actually earning in-game gold or doing all the PvP or questing that much, but also wants to experience the content and have a character they enjoy, can give that other player character, not the game, the other player character the equivalent of that money, in game time. So that person who really likes the game and plays it all the time can keep playing without having to pay. And the other person who's fine with paying the subscription fee, it's not a big deal for him. Maybe he really likes the game, but he has a full-time job and just can't play that much.
Yeah.
Can also, feel like his character is leveling fairly well and have access to cool content and go on cool PvP and raids, which I think is a really cool idea. And I also, I mentioned that I also really like the way that League of Legends works, where all of the characters and things that actually affect the balance of the game, like the runes and masteries, are free. You can earn all of those things with in-game points that you just get from doing games.
Yeah.
And then all of the sort of custom content, which doesn't actually affect the balance of the game, like the extra skins or other little cosmetic effects, you can purchase with real game money, and I think that's a good thing.
Yeah.
I never think I'm strongly against the idea that game balance should be affected by exterior purchasing.
Yeah.
That sort of freemium where if you really want to get good at the game, you have to pay a little bit more. You know, that stupid Facebook bull crap where if you want to beat this level or try this level again, give us $5 or wait a week.
Yeah.
And it's like, okay, so you want me to pay to play your game more, you know? And I think you definitely have some complaints about this when it comes to DLC as well too.
This is pretty much my standing. I agree 100% that when a game comes out, the game should be done.
I agree.
The campaign should be done. Multiplayer should be working. I understand updates and whatever. It should be a complete package. I should be able to take the disc, put it in my console, and play whatever the hell I want.
Mm-hmm.
Now, DLC is different. In fact, a lot of the times DLC, like for example, Call of Duty or Halo, map packs end up not even being really worth the money because not everyone buys them, and they never get put into rotation because no one has them except for the 9 people that bought the DLC. I enjoy map packs if there was a way to make them more accessible. If there was a way to, for example, I think if you played a lot, you can buy a map, the map you really want to play. If there was like a preview day where like, oh, I want to buy this map, not this map or that map, it allows people to buy the map they want. That puts it in their rotation. That lets other people who like the map play the map more. Because it really bugs me after a long time. For example, Halo 4, all it is right now in the rotation is just Forge maps.
Yeah.
That aren't very good.
I think it'd be interesting. I want to propose a sort of idea, you know, for Halo 4, you know, you start out being able to earn Spartan points as you level up.
Yeah.
And then once you hit SR30, there's nothing you can do with it, right?
Which is always a problem.
You don't ever get Spartan points. So what if you kept earning Spartan points, and then if you had a ludicrous amount of number, you know, like 120 or something, you know, after 130, you could use that to purchase a map or something.
Yeah.
You know, or you could just spend $10 and get 5 maps at once.
Or like,
and
that also goes to like skins and weapon skins and different types of loadouts, and that's a good idea. I really like that idea. And the way DLC works for games that are not multiplayer heavy is kind of fun. If it's, for example, Skyrim, you know, if you have a new campaign or new thing to go to, a new place to go to.
I've been playing through both of them. Dawn Guard and Dragonborn were both very fun. I beat both of them pretty recently.
Yeah.
And
I really liked Gears of War 3 had good DLC, like because you got a couple of maps, weapon skins, and some character skins. And at the very least, I got a character. Like if I didn't get to play the map, I at least got to be like an Onyx Guard or Cole with an afro or whatever the hell. Like make my money worth it, because if you're going to make me spend this much money, I mean, again, you're not making me. I'm choosing to spend this much money for what I think I'm getting. That's the problem. Like, oh, I'm going to get to play this map all the time now. No, you won't. You really won't. The opposite coin of that is microtransactions, and those are, you could get through this level by yourself just fine with this gun, but you can buy this gun, and do a lot better. How much is that gun? $539. Oh, what gun do I get? A pistol with a bullet in it. How often's ammo? Never. Oh,
that was actually something I think it was Blacklight that I played online on PC, where, you know, you could have just, you know, your standard sort of gun sets, but then you could pay more to really upgrade them and customize them and have really good guns. And I felt that actually did affect the balance of the game, you know, beyond me just not being super great at shooters. I will admit that, you know, pretty openly. So if I was as good as Fasa at shooters, it might have been less of a burden. But also when you have people,
and then using his dirtiest look through the booth.
Especially, you know, when you have people who level up really quickly because they spend more money on the game.
Yeah, that's a
problem. And they just, at earlier levels where everybody's the same level, but people have access to, you know, much better guns.
Okay, so I'm going to say,
or much more diversity.
Okay, Wicked Tiki. Wicked Tiki, is that right?
Yeah.
I'm sorry. There's lots of K's and I's in it. Okay, so Wicked Tiki. Wicked.
It's just Wicked Tiki. What is that?
Shut mouth hole. Blacklight does a very interesting shop process. At every level, you get a booster with a random collection of gun parts and gear. It only lasts a week, but if you give it a try on customization before you pay for some stuff.
So it's kind of like the champion rotation in League of Legends, where every week they change what champions are free to play for that week, so you can try other people out before you decide to buy it. But he agrees with me that it definitely changes the balance of the game when people purchase the pre-built guns, because you can all be the same level.
He says let's call him Tiki. Okay.
Yeah, but
all right, Tiki. Thank you.
For example, I remember playing it, and it cost maybe like 130,000 points to buy a gun or something, or maybe it's
like
$15. But you get like a point or two a level,
right?
Or you can pay $5 and get the gun. So if all of you are level 5 and one guy spent $25, he has like a rocket launcher and other stuff available, even if it's not, even if the guns themselves are balanced, the amount of equipment that he has access to is not essentially balanced, because there's more stuff he can do.
It's saying that, I have an assault rifle, we have a battle rifle, but his battle rifle has a scope and a grenade launcher, and he has a jetpack and Promethean vision and can sprint. What do I got? I got a pistol and can sprint. Oh, no, it's equal. No, if you're really good at the pistol, that doesn't mean shit, and you know it. He can fly. He can freaking fly, and that's the problem here. You're cheating with. I mean, you're gonna get it eventually, but that guy has it now, so maybe you should spend some money. I can't. I can't do that. I shouldn't have to do that. I shouldn't have to do it.
I remember when I first started playing Halo 4, I was a little bit irritated because you start at an SR1 and they'll put you against an SR30, and he has all these special abilities, and you can dash and have an assault rifle, and you're like, yeah.
Granted, you did come in late.
I did come in late. That's fine. And then as you level, which happens fairly quickly, you get to catch up. So I get why they did that. It was sort of the, learn to play something a little bit first before you try customizing, which is fine.
Well, Battlefield does that well. Battlefield 4 does that, where you just get a naked gun. And you're going to get with this naked gun first before you get... Yeah, well, when you first get a gun, it has no attachments. Oh, okay. Sorry, Eugen corrected me.
Eugen was correcting him off screen, which you can't hear. But
he says the first thing you get has stuff, but then the next one doesn't. But my point is this, is when you get, let's say a new gun in Battlefield that has nothing on it, it's just iron sights. You learn how to use the gun. And that's nothing against the guy who has an ACOG scope, a grip, a grenade launcher, a smoke detector.
He worked for it. That's fine.
And an alarm ring. I'm not saying that. Yeah. I'm saying that this dude can pop me from 50 meters away, and I can't see his feet from 10. No. Let's figure a way to make this more level. If I'm low skill or low gear, team put me with people who are low gear. That's just how it goes. But at the same time, if I'm low gear, but I have a lot of money in my bank account, I just want to be top gear, but I'm level 1, you've thrown a shark in with a bunch of scared tadpoles. Who is this fun for? The shark? Because he paid more money?
Yeah, no. I don't believe in the paying for the game to be fun method.
Because I bought the damn game. I am paying for it to be fun. I paid $60 for it to be fun.
Wicked Tiki, who's in the Twitch chat, suggested that they create a point system that goes along with your ELO system to match people up instead of using... You could also do it by having each piece of gear have a point value, and then the sum of your point value with the gear value maybe... in addition to your level,
just real quick,
determines who it matches you up with.
Just real quick, I think I see Eugen's reflection on the screen.
Somebody managed that there was a ghost earlier. Yeah, it's true.
That horrified me because I was like, "Yeah, keep talking."
I think it's a shadow being cast by his reflection onto the wall.
But still, that's just
or under the mirror.
Good lord. Okay, that scared the hell out of me because I was like, "Oh yeah, keep talking. Yeah, gaming. Yeah, go ahead, Tiki." Oh my God, what's behind me?
Fasa scares easily. You do.
Okay. Anyway, but I'm knowledgeable.
Yeah, you are. You still scare easily.
And that's why I live. Because I hear a bump and I run. Unlike white people who just, what's that noise? Billy? Billy, where are you, Billy? Where are you? Forget Billy. Billy's dead. So, and that's another thing that actually kind of brings it up is for example, ranking systems and the loss of true skill and how that stuff, because every game nowadays has the bar that just goes up when you play. And something that always bugs me is, for example, Halo 3 had the ranking system where if you win a match, you go up a rank. If you lose, you go down. But they also had the play to get higher. And now Halo 4 doesn't have that at all. That's gone. And I really appreciate those kind of leveling systems because there's something I lost. Like, if I lose, I need to get subtracted. I understand that.
Granted,
and we have a new challenger in the
Granted,
season.
in Halo, you do level faster if you win more games, though.
Granted, but it's
more
I
likely
can't tell how
that if
good
you're
someone is.
Yeah.
Because in Halo 3, if you saw someone that was a rank 50, your pants got wet because that guy has destroyed lives.
He's destroyed marriages through Halo.
Yeah, like he killed someone so hard he made the guy who lost slap his wife. Like, do you understand
the
that?
Widowmaker.
He's the Widowmaker. Understand that's a reality of this man. Like, perfections are whatever.
If it's a man, it's most likely a 12-year-old boy.
And Tiki has a good point. The black guy does always die first, but we die running. So remember that. Are you gonna sit on
in
the
Cabin
chair?
in the Woods? In Cabin in the Woods, he was driving though.
I throw a Sharpie at your face.
Oh.
Are you going? Eugen's just standing there.
New challenger appears.
This is Eugen, everyone. What up, dog?
What's going on? What's going on?
So, is there a reason why you wanted to join us today?
Eugen is from the Geek
Gears
show, which is
we're
also
working
here.
on other shows he's going to be on in the future. Mm-hmm. It's not a thing anymore.
Yeah, it's not.
Yeah, hence why. Yeah, sorry.
You couldn't hear the conversation going between the two of them. Wingman was trying to get him to plug the show that no longer exists right now, but it will be back on. So.
Yeah, he'll be doing the tech show.
Eugen talks about cars and
tech
tech and stuff because he knows all that fancy,
stuff and junk and stuff
with things attached to him.
But
with shield attachment.
You
Did you come in here just to argue with me?
No.
Okay, I was like, really? You would?
I would, but not today.
Okay,
not today.
Nice. Good to know.
All right. You guys were talking about the ranking systems and things like that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You're also talking about Battlefield.
And Call of Duty and things of that nature, yeah.
Yeah, but Battlefield does something I like really, really well. They have a skill, well, it tracks your skill.
Yeah, it does.
But it doesn't do anything with that at all. It just tells you your skill level. If they were to do rankings that way, like matchups that way, based off of skill level, it would be a lot more balanced. But it's just
they don't really care.
So they have the technology and they choose not to use it.
Basically.
Okay.
And is that okay with you, or does that irritate
bothers
you?
me.
Okay, I can see why, because for all the people, for example, Aggro not being a shooter guy, but me, you play a lot of shooters. We really do.
I still enjoy them and try.
Yeah,
to
but
understand
they're not your thing though.
Yeah,
and that's
I
fine.
Just tend to like other games.
Just like I don't like baby games. But the problem is, kidding. You're so precious to me. Anyway, but playing a lot of shooter games like I do, it's kind of important to be like, okay, this guy's really good at this game. Do you want to be in a box with him?
No,
I really don't. But it's okay. He only have a pistol, but he can kill tanks with a pistol versus I can't get a kill with my assault rifle. Do you see the problem? Do you see the balancing issue in this?
But it works vice versa because it's not as fun for me when I'm playing against people who are nowhere near my skill level.
Yeah.
It's just
except you have those three. You have those three guys who are just mega dicks who just love beating children. Essentially, like, oh, can you play? No, I'm gonna kill it. I'm gonna beat you. Like, for example, my buddy, me and Aggro's mutual friend, Glitch, he was really good at Halo. He was one of the people who taught me how to play Halo. He takes enjoyment in beating people who are not as good as him.
That's not cool.
No, I know it's not cool. He invites like 6 people to a game of Halo 3, and none of us know what we're doing. He's like, yeah, 6 guys against me. We're all like, we're going to kick his ass. And then 3 minutes and 2.9 seconds later, perfection. Glitch wins. And I'm just sitting there with a broken controller in my dreams, just laying there crying as blood comes out of my fingernails from grabbing the controller too hard. And he's like, good game, guys. Yeah. And then he's like, good game. And then just leaves the party. And I'm just kind of like, so does anyone not want to play Xbox anymore?
Yeah. No.
Oh, and Tiki has another idea. Remember back in the day where people would hit the max rank, not have any fun anymore, and then make a new account, and then start from 0. And they're like, what's the big deal? Because you're playing with children. And you're a god.
They do that in League of Legends. People
I bet it's annoying.
People who are playing for a really long time who are really good with a character will come into the game, they'll
the
make
people who
a
don't
new
know what they're
account
doing, yeah.
and go in and just destroy everybody, which is somewhat entertaining, but I wouldn't want to play the game exclusively as that.
Yeah, it's just annoying.
But even still, though, if you were to do the ranking system where they had to start all over again and they play with people at similar rank with the same gear, it's still the same thing.
Keep the stats, but just reset the number.
Your skill is still going to be the same, so you're still going to play with people at that same skill level.
Which was a big problem with, like, well, how are we going to do true skill? Because you actually can't rate the skill of someone. That's why you track their KD.
No, it's not just KD. It's KD, accuracy.
Yeah, I mean, all the stuff that
kills
affects
per
them.
minute, things like that. all the little
algorithms
translate into skill.
This guy will murder you and your entire team twice before you get his shield halfway. Why? Because the last 10 matches have proven so.
Basically.
Mathematically.
Basically.
And that's a real thing.
Designed to kill.
Exactly.
In a world without
Tiki
mercy.
says he has a similar system like that in Mass Effect 3. I haven't played Mass Effect 3 multiplayer.
I actually haven't either.
I hear it's fun, though.
No, I just played the story.
Me too.
I enjoy the story.
I just went gay
until the
for
last.
Garrus. That's all I did in that game.
Yeah. No one can blame you. Everyone goes gay for Garrus.
He's such a man.
He can calibrate me as much as he wants.
Stop it.
He's Garrus for carrying.
Eugene says it because we're making him feel awkward about his own Garrus homoerotic fantasies he hasn't come to terms with.
You know you love Garrus.
He's all right.
Oh, see, he says that, but his
no, he
eyes
says
say,
he's all right, and then his mind he says Baka because he's a tsundere.
Baka.
No,
you're totally a tsundere.
No.
Explain what that is for the people who don't know. For those of you who don't know,
I didn't do it because I like you, Baka.
That character.
It's a typical anime. It's an anime trope character. It's the girl who
likes the main character.
The girl
but
who
doesn't
likes the main character but pretends not to.
It's basically.
Oh, you like me? No, I don't. Stupid.
It's basically that elementary crush thing.
Yeah. I'm mean
Except
to
they're
you
grown
because
people.
I like you.
They're grown.
Bullshit.
They're grown people at this point in time.
Uh-huh.
But like being someone that's getting Halo, but Halo 4 kind of bugs you because like some matches you get god tier players like myself, and some people like. For example, sometimes they get aggro. No offense to aggro, but like
I'm getting better, but I'm.
What's a mantis? Get out of my way!
I never said what's a mantis. I just say battle rifles are bullshit, which I still stand by.
You also didn't like jetpacks, so you used one. But yeah, so just because they spawn in front of me or they spawn a second before me, they get the tank and they don't know how the tank works. And they're like driving the tank in circles and flip it, and I'm like, I could be getting that. I could be murdering someone right now with that at this very moment.
Basically,
get out of my tank.
I usually actually do fairly well in the mantis.
Yeah, but there's always that guy who's like, I like the robot. How do I work the robot? Get out of the robot. Get out of the robot.
Get out of the robot.
No,
Let someone use the robot.
No, he's like, but I like the robot. I like the. It blows up.
Yeah.
Okay, my guys. I needed the mantis.
Doesn't get a kill and then leaves the game.
Yeah. Like, why do you breathe? Why do you breathe in my Halo air? I'll kill you. Anyway.
That's where I'm like, get the GOG.
Yeah, that was
so
We'll
cool.
tell that story tomorrow. But
I really wish we went on to do something epic right afterwards, but instead we died. But it was still cool.
It was cool that
up
moment.
until that
we
point.
could cut it where it looked cool.
Yeah.
Anyway, I'm Fasa.
This is Aggro.
And we're joined briefly by...
This is Eugene.
Yeah. And we're going to post our Twitters in the twitch.tv chat.
We're going to plug them here, but we'll also have them in the TV chat. So if you want to go and see them there or actually click on the link or you're bad at spelling, it's fine. We'll put it there.
Yeah.
Anyway, make sure to call in on the show next time you listen tomorrow at 1-855-303-GEEK. That's
1-855-303-4335.
You can find us on practically any form of social media by looking for
Or
hashtag
just
Geek Street Society.
Walk outside and hear people screaming. That's probably us.
You can find us on Facebook at hashtag Geek Street Society. You can find us on Twitter at Geek Street GSS. You can follow me at Aggro GSS.
You can follow the gnome at the gnomish one.
Eugene, do you have a Twitter you want people to follow?
Not at all.
Okay. Anyway.
He leaned like he was going to say some epic shit like, wait.
Beyond that,
Not at all.
tomorrow we might talk a little bit more Sony because Fate 2021 wants us to, so we'll consider that. Beyond that...
Actually, tomorrow, if you can be around, because I know you know more of the
check us out on the Spreaker chat. Check us out on Twitch. And, of course, check us out on TuneIn as well. Thank you for joining us for the Mouthwash. We will see you guys again tomorrow.
And it's been a great show. We love talking to you guys. Please, tomorrow, bring like you and 5 people. Just stack the chat. At least one. Bring some more people. Help us grow. Help us have a good time. If you loved us, we loved you even more. So, we're signing
kidnap them
out.
if you have to.
Yeah, like if you got to just like hack someone's Facebook and bring them into it, do it. And they'll appreciate
Just
it.
post the link.
Yeah.
Just post the link. People who care will go for it.
Yeah. Again, I'm Fasa.
This is Aggro.
And we're joined by...
This is Eugene.
And we're going to sign out. You can officially swish and spit. Your mouth is clean.
Unlike mine.
Or it's going to be worse in a second. Have a great day, geeks. Yes, yes, yes.
KGSS.
I have so many calibers.